As parliamentary elections in Georgia approach, voters are facing a pivotal choice over the fundamental question of the future course of their country. Memories are fresh of a 2008 war with Russia over the Moscow-backed breakaway regions of Abkhazia and South Ossetia, ending in Georgia's defeat. Among its 3.7 million residents, there are those who will vote in the hope their choice will steer Georgia towards closer ties with Western Europe. The EU granted Georgia official candidate status last December.
I want Europe so that my grandchildren can get an education and live in European Georgia, so that they're independent, so that their education is valued, and so that our young people don't have to go to Europe to get an education.
The ruling party in the country is called Georgian Dream and was founded by billionaire Bidzina Ivanishvili. It's been in power for 12 years. Ivanishvili vows to ban opposition groups if his party wins on Saturday. The party came to power as pro-EU, but relations with Brussels are now strained over a foreign influence law introduced in May. Accession talks are suspended. In September, Georgian Dream introduced a law curbing LGBT rights. Critics say both pieces of legislation are inspired by Russia. Georgia Dream is running on a vow to ensure peace. Its campaign billboards contrast images of Georgia and Ukraine, suggesting that if the pro-Western opposition wins, it will lead to war. Here, in a town near the border with South Ossetia, that message resounds with many.
I think the first thing that will happen is that we'll get sucked into war. We have already been through one war in 2008. And if there's another one, we won't have economic development.
There has been a tense political atmosphere in the run-up to the vote, with protests in the capital. Analysts warn that the situation is tenuous.
I hope that we can avoid mass escalation if the government pulls all the stops and cracks down on protesters with Moscow's support. What worries me is Tbilisi calling Moscow and actually asking them to do what they pledged they would do, and that is to stand by the Georgian Dream. We cannot rule anything out.
Georgian Dream says it remains committed to EU membership. Brussels and others will be following the vote closely as Georgia's future hangs in the balance.